and welcome to the OllywoodKnits podcast. I am Hillary and I'm coming to you from the Greater Toronto area, and this is the annual Rhinebeck special. So I've taken quite a bit of time to film this. I've already filmed it once, and I filmed it the Monday after getting back from Rhinebeck, and I drove the 9 hours both ways this year. It was my turn to drive. And wow, was I ever tired. I am 23 weeks pregnant and exhausted. And that video, I uploaded it to my editor to edit, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I look dead. I look like someone ran me over with a car. Makeup did me no justice. Did not look good. And I think I rushed through it too, because it was like, I think I thought of it just like a chore. Like it was something that had to get done, not something I was enjoying. And I don't make my YouTube channel to do that. Like, I'm not looking here to be an influencer. Like, I just want to talk to you guys about knitting and yarn and fiber arts. And the passion wasn't in that video. It was kind of just like ticking off something on my checklist. So I deleted it immediately. And here we are for take number 2, a week later. I am feeling much, much better. I am rested, I am put together, and yeah. So I'm gonna talk about Rhinebeck. I'm just gonna kind of go through the weekend. My girlfriend and soon-to-be sister-in-law and I come down from like the Toronto area. And this year, we usually go over the Niagara Falls, not over the falls, over that border. This year we decided to go the Gananoque way. And so majority of our drive was actually in Canada. So that was nice. Like, and especially going east from Toronto, that there's like no traffic. Like, it was just amazing. We hit the border and there was nobody there. Like, we were the only 2 people going through, only car going through. And, like that, we just say, we're going to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, and they're just like, okay, goodbye. Like, so easy peasy. And it was a great trip down. We ended up getting to Rhinebeck around 5 p.m. We checked into our Airbnb, and which was amazing this year. Last year we stayed in a motel situation, and Jamie was so like freaked out by the motel. It wasn't the place where, like, it's something you see in like sketchy movies. I don't think there was actually anything wrong with it. I noticed that there were other ladies staying there from the festival that I had recognized from the festival, so it wasn't a big deal. It's just the guy at the front desk was a little giving us weird vibes, so Jamie like put the little fridge in front of the door to like block him from getting in. So I mean, this year we changed it up. So Jamie ended up booking us like right when we left, like I think on the drive home last year. She booked us our Airbnb for this year, which was a nice little apartment in someone's house, like attached to someone's house, but you can't get into their house. They can't get into ours. It was really nice. It had 2 beds, a shower, a nice bathroom, a place we can actually sit and enjoy ourselves and knit at the end of the day, especially after walking all day long. It's tiring. You want a place to go relax. And especially with the rain, it's not like we can go, like last year we went to parks and we went shopping at Target. We didn't get to do those things. We did those things because we had to. We do like to do a Target run no matter what, because Target is no longer here in Canada. So we did go to Target. We went right as soon as we checked into our Airbnb. We went over to Target in Kingston, which we went to last year, and picked up a few things. I loved that they had an actual maternity section. There's nowhere in Canada that has like in-person maternity section where you can try things on, at least not where I live. Like maybe like downtown Toronto, they might have that, which is really frustrating for someone who's pregnant for the first time, because nothing fits me and it's so annoying. But it was really nice to go there and see that in person. So get those things tried on and purchased, and that was really cool. So we did that, and then we went out to dinner with our friend Jocelyn from the All We Make Is Good podcast, and we went to Terrapin, which was amazing. Last year we eyed it up when we were walking around Rhinebeck, And this year we actually went and it was so yummy. We got spinach dip. I'll include pictures here, like whatever I can, but we got spinach dip. I got this amazing like bow tie pasta with like sweet Italian sausage. It was so good. And Jamie got pumpkin ravioli, which was interesting. I'm a sucker for ravioli and gnocchi, but I don't know if I would like pumpkin ravioli, so I didn't get it. But yeah, it was quite the interesting dinner, and it was wonderful. There was knitters all over the restaurant, and then the bartenders and the waitresses were talking about how like they've had people at their table from like Europe, from the UK, from different states across the US, from Canada, from us, from Canada. Like it was really cool just how many people from all over the world come to New York for this festival. It is really, really quite something. And the guys at work couldn't believe me when I was saying like this festival is like, it's bigger than Comic-Con, it's bigger than Fan Expo, like it's huge, and it's for knitting and fiber arts, and like the guys at work just don't believe me. They're like, there's no way. And I'm like, what do you mean there's no way? Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but knitting, spinning, fiber arts, weaving, it is ancient. Like this is how the world got by thousands of years ago and hundreds of years ago even. Sails for boats were made from weaving, which was made from spinning, which was made from collecting fibers, whether they're plant-based, cotton, whatever they were. Like that, how do you not understand that that is as big as it is? Like, and once you put it into that perspective, I think they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like that's been around and been more useful to the world than video games. Makes sense, right? Yeah. We woke up early Saturday to get into the festival, and I had a list this year. I feel like this was my last year to really splurge, because you know, next year I'm gonna be a mom, I'm gonna have a little 8-month-old. I'm not gonna be able to blow a ton of money on Rhinebeck next year. It'll be enough for me to just go to the festival and pick up a few skeins here or there and call it good. So yeah, so this year I decided was the year I fell in love with spinning this year. And my first wheel was my Nano, my Dreaming Robots EW Nano, but also my Magicraft Little Gem, which I love that wheel so much that it made me realize I need a Magicraft. Like I will not upgrade to any other wheel but a Magicraft. So I did my research. I figured out what vendor was gonna have Magicraft wheels there. I spoke with Jen from Whispering Pine Farms through email before going to the festival, like a month before, and was asking her about all the wheels she'll have there and whether I can buy one and bring it home with me without having to worry about the 6-week shipping from New Zealand. Safe to say, she was gonna have wheels there that I can purchase and bring home, and I did. I brought home a Magicraft Rose. I will insert some clips of this beauty. She's got insane grain all over her, like just the most stunning wheel ever, and is a dream to spin on. The smoothest wheel I've ever spun on, and I mean, I've only spun on a few, but I love it so much. I've already spun up some of Jen's very own Shetland wool from her own flock of sheep, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I was thinking I'm gonna do a hat, and I might still do maybe a Harlow hat by Andrea Mowry. I do have one random off skein of this really beautiful like sherbet style fractal that I did on my spindles, so my drop spindles. First thing I ever plied up on the wheel, and it's gorgeous. And so I might actually use them together. I think they complement each other really well and make a really cute like reversible beanie. So I would love to knit a hat and show it to her next year and be like, this is your wool. And it was the first thing I did on my wheel. Both of the things would be the first things I did, because I plied the sherbet color on the wheel, and then I spun up both the singles and plied, the Shetland from Jen. So yeah, Jen from Whispering Pine Farms, thank you so much for being so kind and so helpful and helping me, guiding me in the decision process for this wheel, because I absolutely love it and I am so excited to spend decades with this wheel. Jen herself has a Magic Craft Rose and hers is 21 years old, I believe. So that is, if that doesn't speak to the craftsmanship, and she has no intentions of upgrading and she can any day. I mean, she's a dealer. So if that doesn't speak to the quality of these wheels, then I don't know what does. So yeah. Well, now let's get into the haul. If you don't like this sort of thing, I'm going to be very quick and succinct because I mean, I did get quite a bit, but a lot of the things I purchased were like to complete other stuff I had in my stash that just maybe didn't have enough to get the project done. So, and then I got some other things that, you know, are just beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Primrose Yarn Co. I picked up these 3 Surrey alpaca skeins and they are dreamy. They are soft. I can't wait. I cannot wait to knit with these. I cannot wait to wear them. I am using these with, I'm going to use these with, and this might be too like purpley for such a peachy color, but I'm gonna swatch it up and we'll see, or just start knitting the thing because I don't care. To swatch for a shawl, that's just, you can go on forever. So I'm going to see if I like these. If not, I might switch this color. This is Pearl and it's Malabrigo Makita. So it's a single ply fingering base. It's so drapey when held with together with a lace, like a furry lace with a mohair or a Surrey. So I already know I like that kind of texture. I used it for my own shawl design. So I might have to switch this to the Sandbank, which we all know how much I love Sandbank anyway, or maybe the natural and kind of let the peachy shine through. But I'm going to knit that up into a fleur shawl. I kind of missed the fleur along that Jackie and Carmen had over on their channel. It just didn't fit my timeline for my Rhinebeck knits, unfortunately. I would have loved to have had a knit along to like join this year, but I really haven't had the opportunity, so that's okay. I'm still gonna knit up my fleur and I'm probably gonna do it. Jackie altered the pattern to be a crescent and I am a crescent girl. Like I don't really knit triangle shawls very often anymore because I don't like the way they sit on me. They're just so deep and not the wingspan that I want. So I'm definitely going to be doing, I'll follow her instructions on her Ravelry page for the project, and I cannot wait to cast that on. It's definitely going to be like that kind of blanket, wrap yourself up in and just be happy shawl, which I need when I'm pregnant, especially when I'm going to be in my 3rd trimester, which is like 4 or 5 weeks away. So crazy. All right, now a Rhinebeck trip would not be complete without a trip to Miss Bass's. So Jamie and I could not pass up the Rhinebeck colorways this year. Green and purple are my favorite colors. So this is the first one. I mean, hello, like, are you kidding me? This is Hillside Lupine. It's so pretty. The green, oh my gosh. So you can bet what I'm going to knit with this, a muscle burrow. But I don't see a point in knitting a muscle burrow that is just one color anymore. I really don't see the point. So we also purchased the other Rhinebeck colorway, which very well complements like the speckle version of this one. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So just should that be the still? But yeah, I can't wait. So we're gonna split these right down the middle. Jamie bought one, I bought the other. We're gonna split them right down the middle and we're gonna knit up muscle burrows. And so Jamie knows how to knit. She just hasn't done it in quite a few years. So we're gonna give her a little bit of like a recap or a refresher course, if you will. And I think a muscle burrow is a great project. Like I can do the crowns for her, the start and the finish, and she can just knit in the round and practice and get the feel, because she's a crocheter. I feel like she might want to knit continental. Lucky for her, I can knit both continental and English. I can also flick English too. So like whatever it is that she wants to do and she feels comfortable doing, we can help her do that. I can help her do that. So that's the first thing, which was very important, of course. The second one is I got a Yowza mini skein of the Morning Dream, which is the other Rhinebeck colorway. I forgot to mention that when I showed you the fingering weight versions, but this is just in the Yowza DK. It's a mini skein. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I just loved it so much that I thought maybe for a cowl. I do have another mini skein of her Morticia left over from the muscle burrow hat that I knit last. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. It's kind of just in my stash, looking gorgeous, being gorgeous. So the last thing I got from Miss Babs is this big Yowza cake. It is so beautiful. Like, it's to die for. This is Earl Grey. It's very purple though. Like it's more of like a lavender, got some blue and dark purple plummy speckles, which is exactly what I needed because I still have two big Yowza skeins from last year. I bought two because I was gonna do a colorwork top-down sweater, and then didn't end up doing that because I'm pregnant now and I realized that I'm probably gonna need cardigans more than anything for the next year and a bit as I'm breastfeeding, even after belly goes down and I don't have to worry about stretching out my pullovers. I'm still gonna need easy access to breastfeed my baby. So I decided, instead of trying to match the plum cakes that I have, I'm just gonna get one that really complements. And as soon as I saw this, it is perfect. So I have to find a pattern that's DK weight, cardigan, maybe textured, I don't know, something where I could do like the top portion, the top like 2/3, the plum color, and then like maybe halfway through my forearms switch to this, and same with like maybe once I'm at the belly button area, if I do a longer cardigan, switch to this. And then maybe I'll have like, I don't know, like 300, 250 yards left over of this, and I can probably do, I don't know, maybe half a hat with it. I don't know, we'll see. I love it so much, it's so beautiful. And that is pretty much all I did for yarn. The Friday night before going to Terrapin, Jamie and I we're so excited to see Rhinebeck again. So we like to just get to town and explore and walk around to all the shops, maybe get a treat at Paul Rudd's candy shop, which is where my sweater's actually from. And we went to a bookstore, and at the bookstore, you would imagine two avid readers, one of whom is an author, would probably be buying books. No, the prices were not that different from Canada. They were actually kind of worse than they are in Canada. So there's really no point in buying books down there. Instead, we got amigurumi kits. I got the cutest little dragon, which I think these colors are pretty gender neutral. Like I consider purple pretty gender neutral. It's both blue and pink together, and then the like kind of lilac-y blue. It's gorgeous. It uses sheepy's wool or sheepy's, which we can get here very easily. So, and Jamie, I know she started hers right away. I think she actually finished it on the drive home. She had 9 hours to do it on the drive home. She got a turtle, by the way. She loves turtles. So yeah, I think it's something that we can do again and again and again. And yeah, I'm excited to try this and do this for my baby, because I think my baby would be very happy with this. So very cute. So as I mentioned, I've already spun up a whole 100 grams of Jen's from the Whispering Pine Farms Shetland wool into a skein of 2-ply, probably sport / DK weight. So I'm gonna use that, and since it's 2-ply, I was thinking originally I would do a cable knit hat with it, but I think I already split it up into 2 halves and went ahead with my singles, and I realized after that for a cable knit hat, 3-ply would probably be better rather than 2-ply. So I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of other hat pattern, probably the Harlow, like I said, and knit it with another one-off skein that I have that I don't know what I'm gonna use it for. So I also picked up, I'm missing some of it, 100 grams, 4 ounces of her fawn color, which this is so gorgeous. It's gonna be gorgeous for a hat, and I will do this one cable. So I'm gonna do this one 3-ply. I have never done a 3-ply before. That's new territory to me. So I can't wait. I cannot wait to do this. And I'm gonna have to watch some videos first on consistency is fine for me, and spinning light is fine for me. Like I can do it to a DK worsted weight, no problem with 3-ply. It's more the tensioning of my plying that I'll have to worry about when it comes to 3-ply. As I don't really have a tension lazy Kate. I do have the Magicraft lazy Kate because I bought the rose and that comes with it. So I might, and it does fit, I think it fits 3 bobbins on it. So I think we'll be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. I am excited to use this. I'm gonna watch some tips and tricks videos, maybe from Jillian Marino or somebody's got to have 3-ply tips and tricks kind of video. So I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna get this on the needles, and it's just amazing that Jen, it's her own sheep's wool, her own Shetland sheep, but she not only shears the sheep, but she processes the fiber for you too. It's ready to go. I don't have to do anything, which is the big reason why I'm not getting into buying a fleece yet at Rhinebeck and processing, because I feel like that's a whole other hobby in and of itself that I know nothing about. And with a baby on the way, I don't really have time to process my own fleece and then spin it up and then knit it up. It's just not realistic for me right now. Someday I would love to get there. I would love to buy a big old fleece that I can get 2 sweaters out of and process it and clean it and do it all myself. That is the dream. And someday I will get there. Someday I will do that, but it might have to wait until after the kids are older, and they don't require me to be up with them 24/7 all the time. The other place we visited was 3 Bags Full. They're actually a Canadian company, but they don't always keep their inventory super up to date on their Etsy shop. And I think that's because they do a lot of festivals. But anyway, we discovered them last year, and I got myself the cutest little pink floral Devon pouch, which is their Notions pouch. And this is the Devon pouch right here. This is the one I bought this year. Jamie got the exact same one. It is gorgeous. It is my green, my favorite green ever, with this gorgeous, I love it. So it's such a great little pouch because you have so much room in here. And then for stitch markers and stuff, you have this other little pouch on the front. So absolutely adore this. I cannot wait to load it up because my other one is overloaded, and it would be nice to have 2 because I do usually have a shawl and I usually have a shawl and a sweater on the needle, so it would be kind of nice to have 1 in each. So that's not the only thing I walked away from. That was the one thing I did go there for specifically Saturday morning, but I also walked away with a gorgeous bag. It is a backpack. It is small. It is a great bag for a knitting project. It would also be great to put over the shoulder crossbody strap on it, so I could actually just keep it open and knit out of it as I walk or something. So I saw this from afar and I immediately went over and grabbed it. And then I saw my Devon pouch and grabbed that and realized Jamie was getting the same one, which is kind of cute. We don't care. It does not bother us at all. So another stop on my Saturday morning that I had to get to, and actually I think this was my first purchase of the weekend, besides the Friday night stuff, but my first purchase at Rhinebeck was a drop spindle, and I've already used it. I've got my leader on it. A drop spindle from Bosworth Spindles, and this was an expensive purchase, but I do not regret it one bit. I mean, so beautiful. It's so gorgeous and it spins like a dream. I've already spun up 25 grams on it and I cannot wait to spin again because it is so great. In fact, so great that I actually went back on Sunday and bought myself another one. This one has almost a full cup on it. I bought it in the zebra wood. I had to go back for a zebra wood one. I just couldn't leave. I knew I would regret it. Like, I just knew it was one of those things that I would think about again and again and say, why didn't I just go and get one? And you could say, yeah, why don't you just order one online, Hillary, like normal people? Well, I live in Canada and the shipping is ridiculous. And this store is a little older. Like, their online shop isn't really super modern. So it's one of those places where you don't get your card charged until they ship it, and then you don't really know what the shipping is either. So, and from the States, it could be anywhere from $15 to $40 to $50. So I'll just pick them up at Rhinebeck, and I think it's a great like souvenir. And I love spinning on my drop spindles. I love spinning on these on the couch, and I love applying them up on my Magic Craft Rose. So very happy with these. I think next year I'm probably gonna pick up one of like the redwood ones if I have it in the budget next year. I hope I do because I absolutely love these, but I really don't need more than two. Two gets me through a 100-gram braid, and I've been really enjoying spinning up fractals on drop spindles. It's a lot of like work to keep your brain like organized with all your pieces on drop spindles. But I have a system, and I might do a video on it if anyone's interested on how to do fractals on your drop spindles. I don't know about plying them on your drop spindles though. I just know I ply them on my wheel. But yeah, I feel like maybe I should make a video about that because that would be kind of fun. And then people can enjoy, you know, using their spindles more because they're just so enjoyable. And I love just sitting watching movies, my legs crossed on the couch and my spindle in my lap, and I'm just working on it. So love these. My last purchase at Rhinebeck was from Susan's, what is it? Susan, I don't even know because the tags, like, it was like definitely someone's store that they were bringing to Rhinebeck. So all of the stuff in it were like, it's not like it was their hand-dyed fiber or their hand-dyed yarn. It was like Chow Goo needles and Knitter's Pride and Knit Pro, and they had a Magic Craft wheel there and a ton of braids from all different hand dyers. So I immediately, I think last year I actually walked by this booth because it's in one of the ABC buildings. They're all kind of connected. They are connected. And I remember seeing all these braids just like hanging, and I knew back then, like, I really, really wanted to spin. I knew it was gonna be a very, very difficult to get into because I didn't have any classes or courses near me. I wasn't sure if I could really learn online. I did. It was wonderful, great, wonderful. So this year, it turns out, I love spinning at this point, and I am buying my forever wheel. So I went right to this booth right after buying my wheel, and I picked up 3 braids. This one is from Gwen Erin Natural Fibers. It's Polworth and silk. And oh my gosh, isn't she beautiful? Very fall-esque, very pretty. I love it, and I cannot wait to spin it up. But I couldn't stop there. I also got Field Mouse Fiber Arts, which is merino comb top in this color, which is very similar actually to the braid I did from Malabrigo Nube in their Plomo color. So this is very similar. I'd say it has a bit more variation than Plomo did. But still not gonna be a fractal, I don't think. I think this is still gonna end up being some sort of like variegated tonal type of braid, but it is stunning as well. And then to finish off, I wanted something really unique and different. So again, from Field Mouse Fiber Arts, I got this braid. And it is so cute, so lovely. I can't wait to spin this up. This might even be the first one I do. It is so pretty. I have no idea what I'm going to use these for. I kind of thought I might do an Andrea Mowry cowl with these, but there might not be enough, I don't know, variation. We'll see. I feel like I really, really want to do either the Inclinations cowl with hand spun, or the you know, the colorwork one that everyone loves. Why am I blanking? Oh goodness. You know what I mean? The one where the slip stitches and it's, you know, we all love it. Okay, you know, that one. I really want to do that one too with hand spun. And so I'm kind of like thinking what I might do is just, because those are easy patterns to do when the baby comes, because I can easily just put it down. If I have to just put it down really quickly and walk away, I can just pick it up and finish off. I don't need to worry about being at the end of the row or focusing on a pattern or a chart. Then I can also use my hand spun and get used to that a little bit more too. So I am really excited for all of the things in my future. I am really excited about all of my purchases from Rhinebeck. I cannot wait to show you some of my hand spun in my next podcast. I think there's gonna be lots of spinning in my future, lots of knitting with my hand spun in my future, which I am so jealous of all the women I saw at Rhinebeck who were like, oh yeah, my sweater, it's hand spun. And I'm just like, I'll get there. I will get there. I think as a newbie spinner, I'm doing really, really well. I think my yarn is coming out gorgeous and fairly consistent, even for my spindles. I think I'm doing a really good job. It's more about the experience, I think. Knowing to do a whole sweater, you know, using 6-7 skeins and keeping the grist consistent through all skeins, that's like probably, I would say, maybe 3 to 6 months of spinning right there. And I just feel like that's, for a new spinner, I feel like 6 months, you can improve and change so much in that time. Trying to keep it super consistent might not be, like even Jillian Marino once had a video where she was like, I'm spinning for a sweater and look, the grist is different between my first skein and my last skein. And then she's so experienced, she can just go in and fix it with the wheel. Once my yarn is plied and off the wheel, there's no fixing it for me. I feel like that kind of skill level is so far in the future for me, but that's okay. I'll start with cowls because I've always wanted those Andrea Mowry cowls. They just, the way they fit, the way they slouch, the way they look good with t-shirts, with long sleeves, with sweaters, they look great all the time with everything. So I cannot wait to cast one of those on. So I have quite a few projects planned for my hand knits, for my hand spun yarn. And I've got some patterns that I've downloaded that are specifically for hand spun, whether they're cowls or shawls or hats or mitts, whatever. I have a bunch of stuff. So I am looking forward to showing you some hand knit, hand spun stuff, and I cannot wait. So if you've made it this far through this very rambly, chaotic, hopefully much more organized than my first one video, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, and look out for my next podcast, hopefully in the next week. Today should be Halloween. I think it's Halloween, should be Halloween. It's the day before Halloween for me, but I feel like by the time this uploads, it'll be Halloween. Happy Halloween to you. I hope you are having fun and dressing up and eating lots of candy and feeling guilt-free and just treating yourself, because that's how you should feel every day, but especially on Halloween. I will be watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, of course, and Hocus Pocus again, because I've already watched it this month. And I will just be maybe even forcing my husband to watch Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus, because I really want to get spooky, but I like childhood spooky, you know? Like Casper, the Friendly Ghost, and The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Hocus Pocus, and Halloween Town. I don't really like scary horror films, and neither does my husband. He doesn't care for that at all, so thank God. So we will be hopefully watching some fun teen, childhood-friendly Halloween stuff, maybe even playing some Luigi's Mansion on the Switch together. I don't know. I'm just romanticizing Halloween. Who else does this? Anyways, I digress. Thank you so much for staying around, and I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please consider subscribing and giving me a like and, you know, all that good stuff on here. A comment down below if you went to Rhinebeck, how you found it this year. Did you enjoy yourself? What did you get? All the things. Leave me a comment. Chat with me. I would love to hear from you. Anyways, happy Halloween, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.